Welcome back to the Bluechip Breakdown, Vols fans. I'm your host, Bull. In today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at our new cornerback commitment, Tre Poteat. Listed as a 3-star on most sites, but Rivals.com has him as a 4-star, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. He's from Wisconsin. I think he has a really good film. Now, his father also played in the NFL, and he was a cornerback and he was a return specialist. He played for about 9 seasons. He's currently coaching for Iowa State as the cornerbacks coach, so you know that Tre should have some pretty good technique throughout this film. This is just a quick look at his offer list. Sometimes that's a pretty good indication of, how good a player actually is, right? What schools are offering him outside of us. Let's see what his blue chip grade is. Let's go ahead and jump into his film. All right, so we're just going to be looking at him playing in the secondary. I think we might have one special teams clip on here, but this is him up at the top. I don't know what coverage this is, right? Okay, so that was nice first off at the line of scrimmage, but let's see what kind of coverage is this? Kind of confusing. I don't know if the rest of his team just isn't playing this well or not, but it looks like it could be man. Now, if this is man, then it's not a good job. It could also be a zone. I'm thinking maybe it's supposed to be cover two because the safety looks like they're working over the top. Had to kind of get that figured out to be able to judge exactly what's going on here. But the number one thing that I do like is that he is willing to be physical at the line of scrimmage. The way that he's lining up right here and kind of like that cocked stance, this is something that we saw Deion doing a lot of, and maybe he's a student of Deion Sanders. If he is, that's always a really good thing, especially playing anywhere in the secondary, doesn't matter, but corner specifically. So I love that right here, okay? He does a good job of also getting into his drop. You can tell that he's a pretty good athlete. He's got good speed. He's staying up under this route, and he's able to make a play. So I like that. Again, I think that was supposed to be cover two, but we'll move on to the next play. Now here, he's on kickoff. Let's see how he gets down the field. This is always important for secondary pieces. You've got to be good on special teams. And it looks like, he does a good job getting down the field. Again, you can tell that he's physical like that. Here, a little bit of off coverage, very far off. I don't know if that was man or zone. Looks like this is probably supposed to be, I don't know. Some people look like they're playing man. Some people look like they're playing zone. A little bit confusing with that. But either way, he has a good, looks like nose for the football. The ball just kind of comes to him. Good hands, has good straight line speed right there. Now he's playing pretty far off. Okay, now he's coming up. He jumps that. So I like that. This just shows that he's going to be inside of that film room, paying attention to what the teams are trying to do. He finds that play really quickly, and he's able to close out on it. So that's big. You definitely want to get turnovers. Here, I like this. He's standing to the outside. Look at that. Boom. Strong right here in run support, getting off blocks. Knocks this kid off of him with one arm. Watch this. Boom. Throws him away. So that's nice. That's a really nice tackle as well. Good, sure tackle. You can tell that he's the son of a coach. You're about 7 yards off. Good inside leverage. Now that's man-to-man coverage. That's really nice. That was beautiful. Working on that fade route. That's what you want to see. Okay. That's very nice. We can most definitely work with that. He looks like a good athlete in that clip as well. Here, okay. Looks like this might be a zone. Okay. That's really nice, actually. So it looks like he might have been playing cover three. And at this point, what you're going to see is he has two people in his zone. So he has to kind of play in between them. But he does a really good job of keeping his eyes on the quarterback, seeing where the quarterback is looking, and just being able to jump this route, being able to get in there and make a play, before this is a catch. So I like that about him for sure. That shows that he is, again, very well coached. He understands how to work in zone coverage. Here, this has got to be man-to-man. He's out on an island by himself. What's he going to do? Supposed to be inside leverage there. He does kind of let the wide receiver cross his face. So that's not 100% great, but at the same time, he stays latched on to him. I like to see that. And on this play down at the bottom of the screen, okay. Again, this is bump and run, right? So he's not afraid to come up to the line of scrimmage and get physical with these guys. I love that. I think that it's something that's missing from college football and really all of football these days. But that's pretty good, okay? Obviously, he's going to have a couple of things that he needs to get fixed fundamentally, but I like his footwork. Doing a good job there. Stays latched onto this guy for the most part. Not bad at all. This looks like this is zone again, probably cover three. And I really like this play because what you'll notice is, number one, let's go back. What you'll notice is the wide receiver furthest to the inside right here is going to come to his zone. Sometimes it's hard for you to see that if you don't really understand how to play zone coverage, right? So this is a good job. Okay, he gets there, okay, gets up under that, and now he sees that the ball is being thrown. He does a beautiful job in his transition of breaking up. So you can tell that he does have all the proper skills to be able to flip his hips, turn them open, and then put his foot in the dirt, break up, and make a play on the football. Really nice. Here, a little bit of off coverage. Okay, boom, identifies it quickly on that screen to the wide receiver. I like this. So boom, comes up, makes a good sound tackle. I mean, he's not a big time thumper necessarily all the time, but once he gains some more weight, once he gets bigger, that's going to come. So I love his willingness just to get in on plays. Then here again, fighting off blocks. That's something that I'm really big on, y'all. With our secondary pieces, you need guys that are, anxious to get off blocks and aren't just going to stand there and get blocked for the whole play. So don't underestimate how important it is for a cornerback to want to get off blocks. He does a really good job of that. Here, again, he's on an island. Same thing. Coming up quick, getting off blocks, being physical at the point of contact. Okay, we got a play being made in the end zone. Breaks up. Good job there. Now let's see if we can figure out what this route was because I would like to know that for sure. How is this guy getting open? What's the coverage? It's like this is some sort of a zone. I mean, they play some sort of a weird, it's some weird coverages that I'm seeing in this film. And it's hard to tell exactly what this is. But you like that he's able to, let's see, boom, good explosion out of his break. I like to see that. Plays a lot of off coverage as well. Oh, that's beautiful. I like this. So this is cover three, which is going to be inside leverage. He maintains his leverage, does a good job of that. And this is an out. Good job there. I mean, he actually almost picks that football off. So really nice out of his transitions. Boom. And that's about as difficult of a break as you're ever going to make to kind of be taking your momentum to the inside and be able to plant and come back 90 degrees to the outside. That's nice. So I'm definitely impressed by that rep right there. Let's see, where is he on this play? All right, so this ball's coming to the middle of the field. There he is. This is part of the reason I think that maybe he could play safety. Look at this. Boom. Looks really good whenever he's coming downhill on plays. And obviously from safety, that's what you're going to be doing primarily. So he looks very natural right there. And I also think that him as a safety, with his cover skills that we've seen so far, he should definitely be a good piece there. Now I like this. Very physical. Ball's coming to the outside, good angle. Okay, beautiful hit. Would like to see him bring his arms, but at the same time, sometimes you can just kind of bully some of these kids, and I'm all for that if you get the opportunity to. Back at the line of scrimmage, again, man, just good job of getting off of the blocks, taking really good angles, sound fundamental football. I'm loving that. Looks like he's at the bottom right here playing corner. Another off technique. Now that looks like that could be man. So this is a little bit concerning for me just because on this post, okay, he is beat at this point, right? And maybe part of that is because he's sitting at the quarterback. Maybe he is in some trouble, but at the same time, if you're playing man-to-man coverage, you should not be looking at the quarterback until the ball is coming. You really shouldn't be looking at the quarterback, period. Maybe in the first couple of steps, some people teach it that way. I don't too much see a point in doing that. But right here, okay, it also looks like maybe he was supposed to have some help to the inside. That's the thing about watching this film is it's very difficult to tell what everyone is doing because there's a lot that's all over the place. But I would have to say this looks like probably man under. So the safety looks like they were helping more to the other side of the field. Don't necessarily love this, okay? He is kind of beat, but at the same time, sometimes, it's better to be, I wouldn't even say lucky than good, but sometimes the ball just tends to find players. And it seems like he is one of them. So I can deal with that for now. That's something also I feel like the coaching staff will be able to get corrected once he gets up on staff, or I'm sorry, once he gets up on campus. Here, another quick screen comes up. Really good job of kind of scraping through. Almost looks like a linebacker right there, scraping through, finding this guy with the football right here on this tunnel screen. Good job getting in, being physical. Love it. We'll watch a couple more clips. I think that I've seen enough. Boom. Okay. Pretty good job. Let's see what happens here. So he's playing off. Okay. Good job in his break. Okay. That's a good job in his transition. You see, he's getting out of his break. Gave a lot of cushion, comes up. Would have liked to maybe have seen him make a little bit more of a play on that football. But again, y'all, all those are going to be coaching points once he gets up on campus. And I think I might be a little bit more critical of the cornerbacks just because y'all know I played cornerback. So got a little bit more insight in this position. But I think this so far so good. He looks pretty solid, y'all. Let's see this play, and then let's go ahead and jump into his grades. Coming from the backside of this play, great pursuit, great effort. Gotta love that. Let's go ahead and jump into his grades. All right, so starting off with Tre's athleticism grade, several clips that I didn't put in this film breakdown of him playing on special teams, playing on offense. He looks really good. He looks like he's a good athlete. Now, you can tell that he's not playing up against the best competition. I would say his straight line speed might be at about a 4.5, and that's okay. You can run, or you can play in our system at about a 4.5. Some of these guys, played at a really high level with the 4.5 40, but playing cornerback athleticism might be the most important factor in how well you're going to be able to perform in the SEC. I think that he's pretty good. He can change directions well. He gets in and out of his breaks well. He's got really fluid hips. So I love that. I'm going to give him 4 stars in this category. All right, now for toughness and physicality. He's definitely willing to get in on the physical part of the game. And I think that as a cornerback, he might be one of the more physical players that we've seen all season just because of his willingness. You can tell that he wants to get physical with you. So I love that. And he does a really good job also of maintaining leverage. You can tell that he plays with a really high motor. He's tracking plays down from the backside. I'm going to give him 5 stars right here in toughness and physicality. Now for Tre's man-to-man coverage grade. Number one, we don't know what plays are man-to-man and what plays are zone in some of these, but based off of his skill set, I like the fact that he's willing to come up to the line of scrimmage, play that bump and run coverage, be physical, shows good patience there, pretty good footwork, and then with off coverage, I like that he gets in and out of his transitions well. He has good hips, able to flip them pretty effortlessly. He's got pretty solid straight line speed as well, but there are a couple of plays that I don't know what's going on here. Like, again, I don't know if it's zone or if it's man, but there was one down by the goal line. It looks like the wide receiver was kind of open. And then seeing him kind of getting beat on a post deep, that's concerning for me just because those look like they were supposed to be man. And he's not going up against the best athletes. I can tell you that right now. So, right here, the best that I can do is give him 3 stars. But hopefully, once he gets up on campus, we will be able to, get him a little bit better in man to man coverage based off of his skill set. I think that the coaching staff can most definitely do that. All right, and finally for Tre's zone coverage grade, he looks pretty good here. Now, there's definitely some plays where I can tell that it is zone coverage. He's standing on top of the routes, doing a good job in cover three of being able to kind of split the difference between 2 wide receivers in his zone. That's pretty advanced. I also think that he understands how to come off or come out of his zone and come up and make plays. So that looks really good. I'm going to give him 4 stars right here in this category. All right, now it's time for Tre's blue chip overall grade. And let's just recap. We gave him 4 stars as an athlete, 5 stars on toughness and physicality, 3 stars in man-to-man coverage, and 4 stars in zone coverage, which brings his blue chip overall grade to 4 stars. Now, I don't know if he's ever going to get that bump just because, again, looking at the level of competition that he's going up against, does not look that great. I don't know how much of an opportunity he is going to get his ratings bumped up amongst all sites, but I think that this is about where he's at. He is a pretty solid athlete, and I think that he's got some tools that the staff can work with once he gets up on campus. My biggest question is going to be how does he perform versus better competition? That's going to be the biggest thing. That will make or break him, but I think that he's going to rise to that challenge. Obviously, being the son of a college coach and also, the son of a former NFL player, you know that he's going to be about competition. You can see that on his film. I don't think that that's really going to be an issue, but that's still yet to be seen. I think that this is a really big pickup for us. Could he play corner? Could he play star or safety? I like him a little bit better at safety still, but star could be another spot where he could definitely play at a really high level. Just gonna have to get bigger. We'll see what his size is, coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But if he's anywhere around 185 pounds right now, I think that we are in a really good spot for him to help us out, maybe in year 2 or so inside of this secondary. But that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, family, and other volunteer fans. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks. Peace.